what's up? I'm flying today on the Frontier airline from Orlando to Atlanta. We are in sunny Florida today, and I'm very excited to do this flight. We got some potential storms coming, but overall, I think the weather's going to be pretty good. Okay, I'm going to overhead lighting here. Emergency light on. Turn on seatbelt light. Having logo lights on. Cruise supply, or no smoking signs auto. I knew I was forgetting something. Cruise supply on. Here's it. 3. Fuel pumps. Fuel pumps on. Okay. And let's get this thing flight prepped. Okay. And of course, in order to clear that smoke detector fault on the Phoenix, on that APU fire test. Brilliant. Okay. I flipped the armrest up. Okay, I'm going to turn up these floodlights. What's going on, everybody? Tell me how you're feeling today. You're a VAT simmer. Tell me how you're VAT simming. Support this from SimBrief. MCDU. Load aircraft. Boom, boom, boom. Okay.
Boarding
Atsu.
requested.
AOC menu. Flight init.
Refueling truck is on its way.
There we go.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives.
So we got
and ask for
approach
doing.
live. We've got approach coverage in VATSIM today over Orlando, which is fantastic. So if you're running approach right now, please stay with me. MCO. That's where we're leaving. We're going to Atlanta, where pretty much every flight is going. Okay. And we're our Frontier flight 4811. And our cost index for today, B25. And our cruise flight level, 38,000 feet. We're going all the way to the ceiling. Well, the ceiling for the A320, I guess. Flight plan. Okay, get this taken care of. Looks like most likely runway 35 left. And the GME 3.
Fuel truck is in position.
And yeah, paint transition.
Please
Man,
don't load aircraft
must
until
be
the fuel truck
difficult
arrives and
transition if it's
ask
called
to do
paint.
it.
All right. Oh yeah, looks like we got some thunderstorm. Got a thunderstorm coming up here. That's great. Fantastic. Maybe make this take off a little spicy. Let's take a look outside. All right. Let me get this thing fueled up. Got to have the fuel.
Passengers boarding started.
Betty the Bluebird. Yeah, Frontier, I love that paint job. They got Betty the Bluebird right there on the tail. It's fantastic. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go in the cockpit
Please
here.
use your airplane fuel system to set the
Go
desired
to the
fuel quantity.
MCDU menu, config, fuel. Let that tick up for a second. And then let's visit the cabin, see everybody coming in. What's up, everybody? That guy looks really serious.
Hello.
And that looks like Charles Edwards. And he looks like a Viking.
Good afternoon.
Great. Alright, everybody's getting
Welcome
their
on board.
seats.
This way, please.
Brilliant.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
This way, please.
Okay, so
Hello.
at least on the SID chart, it does not appear that there is a initial limit on altitude. So I'm going to go ahead and put our cruise in, and that's subject to change because approach might tell me different.
Hello.
And I'm going to go ahead and put in our squawk because we got pre-flight clearance because this is US. So if you're flying US in VATSIM, most likely you're going to get clearance through the ACARS on vPilot, as opposed to when you're in Europe, you're going to actually have to get it verbally, which is always a lot of fun, but in America they just give it to you. So I've already read
Good afternoon.
clearance here. So we got our squawk, and I turned the transponder on, right? Yeah, I turned it on. Okay. Man, we might be taking off into a thunderstorm. This is fantastic. Okay. Flight getting boarded. Let's go down here to the MCDU, see if the fuel is... Okay, still fueling. Still getting fuel.
This way.
Alright.
This way, please.
Still getting the fuel.
Welcome on board. Good afternoon.
Gonna get there. I know it. Man, I guess it takes more fuel than I thought to get from Orlando to Atlanta. This is actually a decent amount
May
of
I see your
fuel.
boarding pass?
Come on. Get there.
Hello.
Maybe I need to have more fuel because of the weather prediction, because if we are flying into bad weather, might need a little bit of extra fuel to get punch through those clouds. Come on. Goodness gracious, you would think we were flying to Timbuktu. Okay.
This way.
Okay, so I think that's... So when you see this number freeze, that's how you know you've pretty much fueled up. So I'm going to go to init. I'm going to hit the right arrow. I'm going to send the data one more time. Then I'm going to go over here to pilot brief. So we got an average wind minus 48. So we got a little bit of a headwind. I'm guessing that has to do with the weather. Put that in. Okay.
Welcome on board.
And then after that, I'm gonna go to performance. This is a flaps. Let's do a flaps 1 takeoff. Let's go to that Phoenix, that wonderful Phoenix departure performance calculator. Okay. Okay, let's put this in. Okay, so on our pre-flight clearance, they actually said to only call when we need a taxi, so we don't even need to call to get pushback clearance. If you're on VATSIM, take a look at the bottom of your pre-flight clearance and see when they tell you to call. Because sometimes, if there's only approach available, they'll say, hey, don't even worry about calling when doing pushback. Call when you're about to taxi. So this is one of those situations. That way, it doesn't overload the person doing approach.
May I see your boarding pass?
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put our altimeter in.
Hello.
We're at 3032 inches of mercury because we're in the US. So, because we're in the US, we're doing inches of mercury instead of hectopascals. Make sure you have the right unit of measurement here on the altimeter,
Welcome
whether
on
you're in
board.
the US or in Europe. So we're still boarding. People are still getting to their seats. So what's up, everybody? The plane is definitely much more full.
Good afternoon.
I'll wait for this thing to board.
This way.
Come on, everybody. But what's up? Anybody have anything to say? Because I'd love to hear it. Might say, hey, you loaded that MCDU wrong. Honestly, it's okay. You can critique. I'm gonna critique, especially if you're a real pilot. definitely
Hello?
big.
This way.
Okay. Alright, looks like everybody's
May I see
coming
your
in. I
boarding
think I just
pass?
saw Ben Roethlisberger walk by. Great.
Good afternoon.
Stewardess is very polite to everybody. I love how if you have GSX, the stewardess
Welcome
has
on
an accent based on the region. So if you fly in Germany, you'll hear the stewardess say "Guti" and "Hallo" and
boarding pass,
stuff
please.
like that. And then if you're over Sweden, they'll have a Swedish accent. So that's kind of that added bit of realism, which is great.
Hello?
Hey, Ben Roethlisberger again. Great. Okay. What's up, everybody? People boarding the plane. Hello, hello. We're almost fully loaded here. Like, we are almost fully locked and loaded. Few more people. Hipster grandma. Great.
This way.
And some guy walking very slowly. Come on, bro. We gotta get out of Orlando. This dude's walking so slow. Taking his time.
Hello?
Okay. Should be fully boarded in just a second here.
Good afternoon.
Hey. Alright. So we've only got one more person to take their seat. And then we got a little bit of cargo. Got a little bit of cargo on the outside. Okay, so we got all our passengers, most of our cargo. I say cargo, it's really just bags. And these people must have a lot of bags. But if they're flying back from Orlando, that's, you know, probably Disney World stuff. Okay. I think in just a second cargo will be done. Looks like we're at capacity for cargo. Yep, there's that magical sound. Aircraft loaded. Okay, so because we are in a situation where there's no tower at Orlando, but there is approach, or at least there was approach. Approach is gone. Okay, so what we're gonna do is go ahead and start that APU. Do it. Alright. Oh, that APU is ticking up. And that's a veil. Let's go APU bleed. On, external power off. Beacon lights on. Strobe lights auto. Okay. And then, let's get ready for pushback. I'm going to tell GSX that I want to start getting ready for pushback. So do that. Okay, so the jetway is disconnecting. Go outside for a second.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Let's go outside and look at this process here. Yeah, we are definitely flying into a storm today. It's just awesome.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Alrighty. Let's get this pushback on the road.
Locking gear.
Locking gear. Thank you, GSX, for a highly detailed pushback sequence. Okay. Gonna go tail right. And I need to go in here and move the chocks. Chocks are unnecessary. And turn on GPU.
Release parking brakes, please.
Release the parking brake.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Make sure my throttle's at 0. Yeah, it is. Okay. Alright, so let's see if anyone's behind me. No, they're not. Okay. So engine 2 is available, so I'm going to start engine 1. Okay. And this weather's going to be interesting. Let's listen in on the
All
instructions.
baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened whenever the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you. Put the mask over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Hold the mask in place with the strap. Pull on each side.
Please set parking brake.
Put on your
Okay.
own mask.
Let's set our parking brake.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
I'm going to tell GSX bring a good engine
Cockpit to
start.
ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Okay. Switches back to middle. We're going to turn off APU bleed. Turn off APU. Now arm speed brakes. That flaps to 2. And do runway turn off lights on. Taxi light on. Okay, so let me check the VATSIM map, but it looks like, yeah, whoever is running Orlando, you're not running Orlando right now. Okay.
Tow truck
Brilliant.
disconnected.
So we're just gonna
Bypass
taxi on
pin
our own.
removed.
So
Left is clear.
find out where we're
Right
going.
is clear.
Okay, so we are going to just go and turn. Let's get this thing rolling. Let's get moving. And try to beat this weather that's coming in. It's okay, GSX. All good. Okay. So, gonna go on taxiway Golf. Go down here and get ready to take off. Exciting. Alright, anybody that's watching, first of all, make sure you subscribe if you like this. And second of all, if you've got something to say, please let me know what you're thinking. Right now you're probably thinking you're going way too fast on the taxiway, and if you're thinking that, you're right, so I need to slow down. Okay, so we're going south here for a second. We're on the taxiway Golf, and we're about to take off from Orlando on our way to Atlanta, and hopefully VATSIM coverage will appear. When it does, we'll be ready. Okay. Alrighty. Man, this weather over Orlando today, goodness gracious. In Scotland they'd say it's pure dreesh out there. It's not exactly the kind of weather that you want, but we're going to be punching right through those clouds, so it's all good. Even if we get a storm, even if we get a water spout, or a tornado, or both, we can just punch through the clouds. Wow, can't talk. It's a long taxi. Well, according to our Navigraph charts, our estimated time of arrival is 9 hours from now, but that's because we haven't taken off yet. And as soon as we take off, it'll say it's about 30 minutes. Wow, there's some puddles over here by the runway. That's great. I don't know why, but we see some geese. You know, there's a partnership between Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 and Planet Zoo where they brought in a lot of animals. So in Sweden the other day, I almost ran over a moose on the runway. It was great. Thankfully, he dodged right in time for me to take off. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hold short of this runway. Make sure that no one is coming in on final, because since there's no radar above this airport right now, I got to make sure that I'm on Unicom and communicating, just in case someone might be on a final for this runway. We go ahead and just put in Unicom. And I'm also going to be watching for incoming traffic for a second. I just want to make sure I don't step in front of somebody as they're trying to land or take off. Either one. Okay. Doesn't appear to be anybody nearby. Okay. Orlando traffic. This is Frontier Flight 4811 about to take off on runway 35 left. Orlando traffic. Okay, so they know I mean business. I'm about to take off. I'm going to put these lights where they need to be. Go to on this on the transponder. Going to go to flaps 1, and then let's just go ahead and line up on this runway and take off. Let's do this. Let's get in the sky. Let's get together and alright. And I can't believe it would have been our Bob Marley's 80th birthday a few days ago, or actually I guess last week. Alright. Let's do this. Take off. Go to the sky. lever climb. Yep, there we go. Use throttle. Do climb. Okay, and then we're definitely above S speed, so let's just go flap 0. Okay, and let's turn off runway turn-off lights. Let's turn off the taxi lights, disarm spoilers, and let's have a good look at the outside. See what's going on outside. Gotta love Orlando. So what do you think? You think we're gonna get above that cloud, or we're just gonna go right through it? I have a feeling we're gonna go right through it. Yep. Atlanta. Love to know what you guys think about the flight so far. Flying the Betty the Bluebird Frontier flight, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Weather looks a little bit scary back in Orlando, but right now it's real nice. That's Florida for you. Like the storm of the century in one place, bright sunshine in another.
Hagen for Delta 1150.
I'd love to hear any flight stories you guys have over Florida. You know, Florida kind of can be full of turbulence because of the heat that comes off the ground. Since it's a hot place, you get some nice turbulence from the ground. Curious if you guys have any stories of bumpy flights over Florida. I know I do. I've definitely had my share. Alright. Nothing on the new today. It is looking nice today. Looking pretty. I was gonna say not a cloud in the sky, but there's definitely some clouds, just not any super bad weather. I heard a guy over the radio a second ago, but coverage over Florida's been pretty slim. Out there and you're running, you would like to run coverage for Atlanta on Vatson, it would be awesome if you jumped on. Just saying. You don't know. I'm just saying, it'd be nice. Because I need you. Getting quiet over Florida, people. Gotta get some approach in there and get some radar coverage over Florida right now. On our way to Payne, the waypoint of Payne. See the coast over there in the background. Took me a while to figure out how to put that Navigraph stat bar at the top, but if you use Streamlabs, it's actually not too bad. I know some people use like a different software to actually put their flight stats on the top, and whoever does that, good for you. I just couldn't figure it out. But with Navigraph, I was able to mostly figure it out. Guys like this flight, if you're having fun watching, please consider hitting that subscribe button. That would really help me out. That'd be fantastic. And oh man, Alright, let's take a look inside. Let's see what's going on inside over here. Look. Alright, here's the view from outside the cabin window, which is one of my favorites. Especially on a day like today. Very pretty. Anybody got something to say? Anybody want to be the first person to break the ice? Even if it's criticism. I'll gladly take it. I was watching a streamer that I really like to watch, Easy Jetson Pilot, and he was using Sky Dolly to do his replays for landings, and I really want to give that a shot sometime because that would be really cool to just kind of look at the landing from a bunch of different angles on replay. What are you guys' thoughts on Flight Sim 2024? Has it been good for you? Has it been a disaster for you? I know everyone seems to be pretty evenly split down the middle between liking it and not liking it. This guy looks very serious about something. I don't really know what, but he seems serious. And we have a Viking on board. It's great. It's not Viking. What are you doing, man? Jedi. He looks like a Jedi Viking. Matthew's on his iPad, and Matthew reading a magazine. Yeah, it's great. Good times. Sit over here for a second. It'd take a while to get to our cruising altitude because 38,000 is pretty high for the A320. Does anybody have an opinion on best airport to fly in on VATSIM? I know people get really passionate about this, but for all of you VATSIM people out there, what's your favorite airport to fly into or out of? Me, it would have to be Memphis. Memphis is just really great, really laid back, but also just lots of fun. I'll say some other airports I've had some good experiences with are Chicago on VATSIM is great. London Heathrow on VATSIM is super busy but great. I love many German airports. I can tell VATSIM is a big deal in Germany. They love VATSIM over in Germany. I mean, whether you're flying Hamburg, Hanover, Munich, Berlin, any of those are big deals. Like my flight computer. Okay. Definitely I need to enter in some more information. whoever made the waypoints for Atlanta, they are big. They are a big Lord of the Rings and Star Wars fan. If you look up the waypoints going into Atlanta, you will find many Lord of the Rings references and many Star Wars references, which I think is fantastic. Some nerd put together all the waypoints for Atlanta, and whoever that person is, they are a legend. Like Lars right here, this is Star Wars stuff. It's a reference to New Hope, and look at it right here, New Hope, and then the Force, Sith. It just gets better. Tizzy, I don't know that one, but yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, there are Star Wars references all through the waypoints in Atlanta. So whoever put that together, you are a legend. You're amazing. Okay. Sometimes I understand the cultural reference from a waypoint. Sometimes I don't, but I think it's amazing that they try to name waypoints off of stuff that's significant to the city that the airport is in. Like if you fly out of Memphis, you might fly the BB King departure, which is awesome. Or if you're flying out of London, there's some waypoints that are named after famous figures from London. Or one of my favorites is if you're flying into Los Angeles, there's a lot of waypoints that are named after movie stars. Alright, so we've reached our top of descent, so we're going to start descending down to Atlanta. The weather is looking really favorable, and hopefully if we can get some Batson coverage, this will get really interesting. And I have a feeling we will, because later you get on Friday, the busier Batson coverage gets around the Atlanta area, so fingers crossed. If anybody knows anybody who can run coverage in Atlanta, let them know. That would be awesome. Man, I love this drone. Get really closer. I need you. Yes! Oh my goodness, right on cue we got Batson coverage. One of you guys made a phone call or something. Thank you. No way. Oh, it's auto ATC. Okay. Then via the, okay. It's auto ATC. Come on. Alright. Alright. Okay. I'm not disappointed at all. Atlanta. Is anybody in Atlanta? Get some Batson going in Atlanta. I know it's only 2:30, but somebody can do this. I know it. Miles out, which means I'm going to put in some promotion info here on this page. Okay, so QNH in Atlanta right now, as it stands, is 3046 inches of mercury. And the temperature is 8 degrees Celsius. And the wind is 300 knots. Okay. Go to the go around page because you never know. You never know these days. Okay, so we're going to do 3500 for our engine out. got that set. That's taken care of. That's in the bag. Definitely do that. Alright. Getting close. We're within 100 miles, everybody. Probably about 20 minutes. We're probably about 20 minutes out from landing. Just like the stock market today, this plane is going downward. Atlanta traffic, Frontier Flight 4811 is on the Sith 2 arrival. I am inbound New Hope at flight level 238, descending 14,000. Any other air traffic in the area. It's a pretty quiet day in Atlanta. Past the Dublin. I didn't even know there was a Dublin. Macon, Georgia should be below us in just a second. It's sad that I didn't know there was a Dublin, Georgia. I'm curious, like, is it like Ireland? Do they like really go hard celebrating St. Patrick's Day in Dublin, Georgia? Enjoying the flight, subscribe, and we'll find many more flights just like this, and more lives that are still to come. About 80 miles out. I believe that's Macon, Georgia, out there. Out there through I think that's Macon. We're not far from Atlanta. At least in plain terms. the wind's changed. Atlanta, so we're trying to adjust accordingly. And there's no ATC, so everyone's kind of on their own.
Atlanta traffic, Delta 3423 is taxiing into runway 28 right. Atlanta.
Think rate. Think rate.
Terrain ahead.
Atlanta traffic, Delta 2584, correction. We're taxiing to runway 08 right. Atlanta.
There's Stone Mountain. No. That was not planned, by the way. Okay, so I had to make some adjustments because there was some conflicting data coming out of Atlanta, especially since no coverage there. I had to kind of make some last minute changes, but I think we're back on track. Go ahead. This. Hey, get a view of the skyline. That's great. Take a look at the Atlanta skyline while we're over here as well. I can see where the Falcons play. Lights are on. Lower that speed even. Approach phase. Go to manage speed. Atlanta traffic, Frontier Flight 4811 is 10 miles out from establishing on the ILS for runway 08 left in Atlanta traffic. It's Fox 1. And we're going to go out to where we can pretty safely establish on the glide slopes. We're going to fly out from the airport just sufficient. I want to at least get to Bizarre, so I'm gonna give this a little bit of distance, put a little bit of distance between us and the airport. Alright everybody, hey, if you're enjoying this, please subscribe and get ready because I think we're going to be landing very, very soon here in Atlanta. Hopefully it's a smooth landing. Feel free to critique it and be rude. Especially if you're a real pilot, then I feel like you got extra street credits. Go. If the altimeter in Atlanta is still 3046. Ah, it has changed. Good thing we checked. It's actually 3044. Man, everything's changing in Atlanta today. The altimeter. What else is going to change? The elevation. vacating right, and just in case somehow by some miracle tower pops up, let's just say we want to go to gate Delta 32. Picking a random gate that's close to the tower for a good view. Okay, then land. And still nobody running it, but watch us get hailed at the very last second. That'd be epic. Somehow Atlanta miraculously shows up. That'd be awesome. Atlanta traffic, Frontier Flight 4811 is establishing on the ILS for runway 08 left, 11 nautical miles out. Guys. About to land. Wish me luck, and excited to check out Atlanta today. And there's not a cloud in the sky. Phenomenal. I hope it was a good landing, and your encouragement makes me feel so much better today. Thank you. How are you doing, Angie? Atlanta traffic, Frontier Flight 4811 is holding short runway 08 right. Just want to make sure nobody's landing on that runway right now. Okay, apparently no one is. Otherwise they would have told me. Let's go to our gate, which should be. I'm doing great. Great. Glad to hear you're doing well, Angie. You do VATSIM, right, Angie? I remember you said something about the fact that you fly over airports in VATSIM. Close attention, I probably shouldn't have made that particular turn, but no air traffic control over here in Atlanta. It can get a little confusing. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. You're about to do a flight. That's awesome. Where are you going? Where are you flying to? Try to get a gate that's close to the tower so we can get a nice view of beautiful Atlanta Tower. Actually, let's go for a gate over here. Probably from Memphis to Denver. I don't usually do long flights. I am exactly the same way. I am not a long flight person because, goodness gracious, it takes so much time. Memphis to Denver sounds like a great VATSIM flight. Memphis is super friendly, super kind, always just top shape crew. And Denver is a lot of fun too. Now I will say, Denver gets me because since they're high elevation, the air is thinner, and so on landing, man, the plane really wants to go down a lot harder than usual. But yeah, Denver's great. Denver's a wonderful one to be flying into. Memphis to Denver, that's good. Okay, so let's find a gate over here. Again, super quiet day in Atlanta and VATSIM right now. Could just be that if I can find a gate where GSX will connect. GSX is getting better with Flight Sim 2024. Like, here's the thing, like, for anyone who's like, oh, my jetway won't connect, look, like, you know, they're trying their best. I mean, you know, it's like Asobo kind of released the game and was like, oh, all you developers out here you go. Well, then that makes things where they gotta really like do last minute stuff. But GSX is coming along great for Flight Sim 2024. Okay, so let's go ahead and park the Tucker. Got a nice Atlanta Tower in the background. Okay. Parking at Echo 31. Alright, let's see if we can get close enough to the jetway that it'll connect to the jetway. You know what I'm saying? If we can do that, we can actually see the passenger keyboard with the new ESX update. Come on. Come on, Betty the Bluebird. Do this. I believe. Come on, Betty. I love the fact that this plane has a name. It's printed on the side of the plane. That's just magnificent. Okay. So if we can just get this thing. Okay. My hope is that that is close enough to get the jetway connected. Yes, my landing gear is a little bit ahead of that yellow line. That one's on me. Okay, so let's just go ahead and bring the throttle to 0 here. Let us turn on the APU. I probably should have done earlier. But yeah, Memphis to Denver, that sounds like a good route. That sounds nice. That'll take you right over Missouri and Kansas, and if you'd be flying to Denver from Memphis, then you'd be flying into Denver from the east, so you get a cool view of the mountains in the background because you're facing west. So that could make for a really good flight video. That could work out great. Denver's a lot of fun. One of the things I'm still trying to figure out is how to get the flare just right on landings, because flaring, I feel like it's more of an art than there's no, I mean, I know they say there's like a really good formula for it, but at the same time every single landing is different because of the and the elevation and the weather and all these other factors. So I constantly find myself kind of using the end of the runway as a point of reference and trying to go. APU heat is on, so let's go ahead and cut the engine and get that really awkward light thing in 3, 2, 1. There it is. Aha. Okay. So this is the moment of truth, y'all. Will GSX connect to the jetway?
The boarding requested.
Okay. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Yes! Yes! It did it. It did it, everybody. It did it. Betty the Bluebird came through. Okay. So, GSX is wanting me to open the forward cargo and the aft cargo door, which makes sense because that's how they're going to unload this thing. Okay. So let's go to drone cam, because drone cam will show you this cargo thing really well. Let's take a look at them unloading the cargo here.
Passengers boarding started.
Cargo unloaded here. Had a fun flight today. Orlando to Atlanta. Fun route. Over here you can actually kind of see, oh never mind, that one's not glass. Sometimes when the jetway is glass you can actually see people walking through the jetway. Yeah. I would like to thank Betty the Bluebird for landing smooth. I tried to park the plane just right to where you can see the tower in the background of the shot, and it actually worked. I'm amazed. Like the tower is an antenna on the back of the plane. Okay, well, let's go inside and say hi to the passengers over here. He's got a backpack. That dude needs to iron his shirt. Funny how people just like appear in the aisle. Viking Man is still here. Good to have Viking Man on this flight. Gold. Not what the Vikings say. Minnesota. For a touchdown. Gold. Does gold mean like cheers in Norwegian or something? I have to Google that. What game is this? Miles the Gamer 24 says, what game is this? This is Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. And it is fun. Quite fun. Thankfully a lot of the glitches have been ironed out. I have played many Flight Sim. This one has been special. Mainly because you can see snow on the ground after it's snowed. There's something very cool about that. And also, there's animals. Great. Sometimes they're just walking on the runway. Oh dang, I did not know he said, oh this is cool. He says, oh dang, I did not know you can do this in the Fiat. Yes, it is. Now I will say you have to download GSX, which is this, actually I'll point to it right up here. So it's right up here on my dash, but GSX is this add-on that you can get for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 where you can actually see passengers getting on and off the plane. And it really only works if you have, I mean, it mainly works if you have the Phoenix A320, which is also another add-on. So if you get the Phoenix A320 and you get GSX, then you kind of get the passenger. I know some people have in-a-build. Some people have in-a-build A320, and then they can also do the passenger thing, I think. But this is really kind of a combo of two mods, GSX and Phoenix, FENIX. It's a lot of downloads, basically. But it's fun because, you know, it just kind of adds to the experience. Like, it really kind of makes it feel more immersive, I guess. Makes me feel more immersed in the game. It just really adds to the realism, I feel like. But like, if you do GSX and you do the Phoenix A320, and then you do VATSIM, which VATSIM is free, thankfully. Like, VATSIM you don't have to pay anything for, but you do VATSIM on top of those other things, it just really starts to feel more and more immersive with every step. get another view. I want to see like if I can get a view of people like leaving the front door here. So if I go cabin right forward. Yeah, you can actually, this is kind of a cool little Easter egg. You can actually see them pass the Frontier logo on the screen as they exit the plane. Kind of a nice touch. So we've had 135 passengers deboard out of 180. Still got some people left to go. That dude's got an awesome American camo backpack. Good for him. America. And I don't know why the seatbelt lights are still on, but they are. Yeah, quiet day at Atlanta. Quiet day. I mean, usually on VATSIM, there's like 1 billion people over here. There must be a VATSIM event going on some other part of the planet. If you know where that event is, let me know, because I'd be curious, because I noticed Atlanta's just been so quiet today, and it makes me wonder if there's some huge VATSIM party going on in Dubai, or London, or Germany, or I don't even know. or China. I mean, these days with VATSIM, it could be anywhere, literally anywhere in the world. I remember one time there was a Dubai event, and I think I saw like 100 planes flying out of Dubai. It was ridiculous. It was so cool. And EasyJet Sim Pilot, which is this guy that I follow and I like to watch. That dude, he flies VATSIM events all the time, and there's just like 1 billion aircraft flying out of an airport, flying in. One thing I really appreciate about the Phoenix team is that they try to make it work with GSX very easily. So they work hard to make it to work. You have GSX, it integrates well with the aircraft. And considering the fact that Flight Sim 2024 just came out like just a couple months ago,
Do you want to deboard crew?
it's quite an accomplishment. Okay, well, as you can see, the plane is now empty. I don't have any people in here, except for glitchy people that show up like ghosts. And so basically, I'm going to go back over here to the cockpit, and I'm going to finish up this flight. Thank you so much for watching this with me. If you've had fun watching, please subscribe. I will go live again from somewhere in the world. I like to go all over the world, and hopefully next time there'll be busier VATSIM coverage and a lot more stuff happening on VATSIM. But it's just been so much fun. So please subscribe. Have an amazing day.